Hi, this is Miss Vrabel. We are starting on Lesson 3, Module 2. Today, to do this lesson, you need your pencil, paper, and Module 2. If you don't have those items, hit pause and go ahead and get those. It's basically the same thing as Lesson 2. We're adding integers. What has changed is that we have a vertical number line, so it's going up and down instead of horizontal, going right and left. Alright, so these two problems, they didn't really do a good job in the Eureka module, so I'd like you to copy these number lines. And you do it basically the same way. Only this time counting up makes more sense because you're actually going up, and counting down, you're actually going down. So model 2 plus 4. So I'm going to draw a line from 0 to 2, and then plus 4 end on 2 and go up 4 more. I hope your line is more straight than mine is. Should end up on 6, so your answer is 6. Alright, the second one, 2, so same thing, I'm going to start at 0, go up to 2, but this time it's plus and negative, so I'm going to count down. So if it's easier, we'll loop it. So I'm going down 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to take me down here to negative 2. My answer is negative 2. So basically they do the same thing on the next example, so I'm not going to do them again. But go ahead and go to exercise 2 and we'll work the first one together and then you'll work some on your own. So the first one is negative 5 plus 3. So I'm going to start at 0 and I'm going to go left 5. And then I'm going to go plus 3, so I need to count to the right 3. So 1, 2, 3. Put me right here. So the answer is negative 2. So go ahead and pause your video and work those two problems on your own and then come back and work them together. Alright, the first one is negative 6 plus negative 2. So it starts with negative 6. So 0, I have to go left 6. Magnitude is 6. I'm going to end at negative 6. And then it's plus negative 2. So I have to count left 2 more. So that's going to take me to negative 8. The second one, I'm going to count right 7 because it's positive. And then plus negative 8, I have to go left 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is going to take me right here. So the answer is negative 1. Alright, now I'm going to change the wording on this a little because I think it's kind of confusing. What they want you to do is write an equation and then solve it on the number line. Alright, the sum of 6 and a number is 15 units to the left of 6 on the number line. Alright, what I want you to do is add the word that right here. That the sum of 6 and a number that is 15 units to the left of 6. I think it makes more sense. So the sum of 6 and a number, sum means plus, and number that is 15 units to the left. So it's negative. Alright, it says write an equation, so I know I need an equal sign. So I'm going to try to find the answer. So I'm going to start at the 0 and I'm going to go right to 6 because it's positive. But then I have to go left 15. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I need to go all the way here. So my answer is negative 9. Alright, what role does the absolute value bars, negative 16 equals 16, play in modeling the expression 2 plus negative 16? So they want to know what role that plays. So what it does is tell you how far away that number is from the first number. So from 2, negative 16 is 16 places away from 2. What is one important fact to remember when modeling addition on a horizontal number line? So there are more than one important fact, but I think it's important for you to remember that you need to start at 0, and when you're counting up, you're going to the right, counting down, you're going to the left. And that's the difference. You're adding a positive and adding a negative. All right, go ahead and hit pause on your video and work the exit ticket, and then come back and we'll work it together. All right, it says refer to the diagram to the right. This time you have a vertical number line. Write an equation for the diagram to the right. So you're looking at your number line to the right, and you're going to write an equation for it. So the first one is the number that's closest to the number line. So I'm starting at 0, and I'm going to negative 5. So I'm going to say negative 5 plus something. It's going to be plus the second one. The second one is going from negative 5 to negative 9. So it looks to me that it's 4, the magnitude is 4. So it's negative 4 and it ends up being negative 9. So the sum is negative 9. Describe the sum in terms of the distance from the first addend. So this was your first one. So your second one is 4 places away from it. What integers do the arrows represent? Well, we already said they represented negative 5 and negative 4. All right, number 2. Jenna and Jay are playing the integer game, which we didn't play because we don't have the cards. But pretending these were cards, below are the 2 cards they selected. So the goal is always to end up with 0 on this game. But what they're asking is how do the models differ? Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. All right, how do the models for these 2 addition problems differ on a number line? So the first one, you would start at 0 and go to 3, and then go left 5. On the second one, you would start at 0, go to 3, and go right 5 because it's positive. So how they differ is one goes left and one goes right. All right, B says if the order of the cards change, how do the models for the problems differ? So what would change is that on the first one, you would go left 5 first and then 3 to the right. On the second one, you would go right 5 and then 3 to the right. The arrows, the lines you drew would just be in different places. Your answers, though, remember, would be the same because of the commutative property. All right, that's the end of lesson 3. See you next time for lesson 4.